The 4F's of a successful man come down to the basic principles you need to be focusing on every single day, because if you neglect one of these, odds are you're not gonna live the purpose-filled life that you would like to. My name is Trent Harrison. I am the owner of Ransom Bodies Training, and I specialize in training men to help them become the best version of themselves, not only inside of the gym, but also outside of the gym. Before becoming a full-time online coach, I went to medical school and ended up working in orthopedic surgery. I worked in foot and ankle surgery, and I thought that was my passion, and I thought that was my purpose, and it was something I definitely loved doing, but I knew every time I went to work that there was something missing, that there was more in my life that I needed to walk out and accomplish. While I was in medical school, this is when I really flourished and developed my passion for fitness, and I started coaching men on the side while in school. I ended up being really good at it, and so during medical school, I started coaching online. I started helping men transform their bodies, and what I found was at first when I started coaching, it was all about fat loss, and I was just trying to help people lose weight. But I discovered that during the weight loss process, men were actually discovering who they truly were meant and called to be. And so I was seeing men not only lose 20, 30, 40 pounds, but also seeing them restore broken marriages. I was seeing them show up and get promotions at work because they have more energy, they have more confidence, they have more enthusiasm. I was seeing them restore their relationship with their daughters that they have been broken for years. And I realized that fitness was so much more than just what you can do in the gym, and it's so much more than just aesthetic. Fitness is about the life you can create through actually conquering yourself and becoming the best version of yourself. And I loved it, but I also loved medicine. And so I was doing two careers at once. I got to a point where I had 40 clients online, and I was working full-time in orthopedic surgery. So I would work in surgery for 50, 60 hours a week. And I also was working full-time with my online coaching business. And as you can imagine, I ran myself into the ground. I got to a point where I found myself curled in a ball in my kitchen, overwhelmed with anxiety because I was just working myself into the ground. I didn't have a day off. I wasn't prioritizing my health, my fitness, my body, or my mind, and it caught up with me. I was taught growing up just to bottle everything in, push through, numb the pain. And that numbing of the pain led me to a breaking point where I was curled up in a ball and I couldn't handle it anymore because of the overwhelming anxiety I was feeling. This is about 4 years ago. I was prioritizing my wealth, I was prioritizing my career, I was prioritizing my business over my family, over my faith, and over my fitness. And if you find yourself neglecting any of these 4 areas that I'm gonna be talking about in a second, you're not gonna be able to fulfill the full purpose you have for your life. I don't care how much money you make, I don't care how shredded you are, I don't care how good your family is. If you're not optimizing and prioritizing these 4 areas I'm gonna be talking about in a second, you're not gonna be able to walk out your God-given purpose in life. So the number one thing you need to focus on, these are in no particular order. Number one is gonna be family. A man must become the leader of the house. I don't care if you have kids or not. You were called to be a leader. Maybe you're a leader in your friend group. Maybe you're a leader at work. Maybe you're a leader at home, but you were called to be a leader. And so do not downplay your leadership role. And so you were called to actually steward the people that you're surrounded with. If you are watching this video, you are called to be a leader. So you must become the man of the house. Becoming a leader is much more than just providing. It's much more than just putting food on the table. Leadership is about vulnerability. It's about leading by example. It's about walking in integrity. It's about walking in honesty, humility, and empathy. Putting food on the table isn't enough. And as men, we are taught you need to put food on the table, you need to provide, but we see this over and over again. Providing isn't enough. You could have someone that puts food on the table and has a huge house. If that dad is always gone, they're on vacation, they're traveling for work, they're not gonna be able to show up as the dad they need to. You could be a leader who provides great positions for your employees, but if you're not leading with empathy, integrity, humility, etc., you're not gonna be the leader that's gonna show up and help your employees lead the best way that they can possible. And so you must actually be present. You must learn to lead by example. You must learn to lead by your core values and know what they are. Family is everything. You can make all of the money in the world, but if you don't prioritize your family, if you don't put them first, if you don't prioritize the people that are closest around you, so maybe for you, family looks like your close friends, like whoever family is to you, those people need to be very important and you need to prioritize those relationships. Number 2 is finances. You must learn how to control your money and not let money control you. You must learn to get to a place in your life where you're not controlled by numbers, where you're not spinning your wheels all day long trying to figure out how you can make more money. This is called the rat race. And so you must get to a point where not only are you budgeting correctly, but you're also earning enough money where you can live the life that you feel like you are called to live. And so use your money as a tool and steward it. A lot of the times we think that money is evil. Money is not evil at all. Money is actually very neutral. Money is right in the middle. It's not good and it's not evil. Money is just a tool. All money does is expose expose your character and who you truly are inside. So those same traits and attributes we talked about with family. If you make more money, but you're walking in integrity, vulnerability, humility, etc., those things are gonna come out. If you live a very selfish life and you start to make more money, those things are gonna come out. And so all money does is expose who you truly are inside. So money's not good or bad, but it's a tool that you can use to not only benefit others, but also help you live that purpose-filled life. Proverbs 13:22 says this: a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, but the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous. And I think this word inheritance is a lot more than just financial gain, right? Inheritance comes down to generosity. Inheritance comes down to stewardship. Like, what are you passing down to the people around you? Is it just a paycheck, or are you actually passing down tools and traits for the next generation? Number 3 is faith. And so you need to learn how to love God. You need to learn how to manage your stress. You need to learn how to love people and put them first and put yourself last. Like, putting God first is everything. You should be able to put God first in everything that you do, not compartmentalize your faith. And so by putting God first, I put God first with my family. I put God first with my body. I put God first in my business. Everything I do, God is in. And that's something I truly believe and stand by. And because I love God with all of my heart and I love people with all of my heart, that's how I'm able to live the purpose-filled life that I feel like I'm called to live. As men, we neglect our mental health and push things off to the side. Just like I talked about in my story at the beginning. I numbed my pain of anxiety and overwhelm, and I didn't listen to the signs that my body was telling me that I needed to change something. And I worked 2 full-time careers until it ran me to the ground, and I found myself curled in a ball in my kitchen, overwhelmed with anxiety. As men, A, we don't even like talking about this stuff, and B, we don't feel like true men if we have struggles, if we have anxiety, if you have depression, if you have, overwhelm. It's completely normal to go through these things, but it's not normal to suppress them and push them off until a later time. Like, you have to deal with your emotions. You need to learn to deal with your emotions. You need to learn to manage your emotions, and if you don't, it's gonna bite you in the long run like it did for me. Number 4 is your fitness, your body. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how nice your car is. I don't care if you got a rollie on your wrist. If you're not prioritizing your body, you're not prioritizing your fitness every single day, you can make all the money in the world, but you won't be here long enough to enjoy it. And that's fact. And so you need to prioritize your body. You need to prioritize the foods you're eating. You need to prioritize the sleep you're getting. You need to prioritize what you're drinking. You need to prioritize your exercise, because if you do not, all of those other 3 areas will be affected. They truly will. You can work 10, 12 hours a day, get home off of work and feel like just sleeping all day and you don't want to spend time with your kids. You can work all day long throughout the week, make all of this money, 6, 7 figures, cool, but then you get to the weekend and you're drained and you don't want to spend time with your loved one because you're not prioritizing yourself. Prioritize yourself, prioritize your fitness. This way it's going to impact all of the other areas of your life. And so you will struggle for the rest of your life if you don't prioritize your fitness and your body. You might not even be here long enough to enjoy those other things. And so the traits of a successful man focuses on those 4 things: his faith, his fitness, his family, and his finances. And every single day, a successful man is putting those things first, and he's not neglecting any of those because he understands what it means to be truly successful. A successful man truly understands that success is a lot more than just a number in your bank account. A successful man truly understands that success is a lot more than just status symbols, Rolex watches and cars and nice houses and nice vacations. A successful man understands that he's here to leave an inheritance for his children's children, and that an inheritance is a lot more than just financial gain, but an inheritance is about the values, it's about the vision, it's about what you believe in. Because you could pass down all the money in the world to your kids, but if they don't learn how to manage it properly, it's not gonna matter, right? And so if you're looking to become a successful man, I encourage you today, focus on those 4 things. Figure out which one of those 4 you've been neglecting. Is it your family? Is it your finances? Is it your faith? Is it your fitness? And over the next 90 days, dedicate everything you have to optimizing that one thing that you've been neglecting because you've been focusing on another area. All right, I hope you got some value from today's video. If you did, smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe for future content. And if you have any other questions about the video, drop them in the comment section. I'll answer all questions. Have the best day of your entire life. Much love. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.